My friends, if you're thinking about cooking turkey this year, you're trying to fry turkey this year, please watch a video on YouTube so that you can do it properly, so that you don't burn down your house. I beg. Every year, somebody attempting to fry the turkey burns down a house. I'm sure this year will not be any different. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, which is November 23rd. If this is your first time having to experience Thanksgiving, just hold on. Or if you're somebody who came to America maybe towards the end of last year, or you came in America this year, or you're somebody who's already here in America but you have never, really celebrated Thanksgiving, you haven't attended any Thanksgiving dinner, this video is for you. Guys, please make sure that you share this video with someone who might find this helpful, or you can watch it and enjoy it with your friends. All right? So, Thanksgiving, as the name implies, is an event that, signifies the giving thanks for a good harvest. And this was from many, many years ago. In today's age, when we think about Thanksgiving, it's about turkey. Having turkey dinner, having, this nice dinner with friends and families that, and that's how most of we celebrate Thanksgiving. Okay? Now, majority of Americans will have turkey, whether they grill it, they roast it, they fry it. Yes, turkey is going to be on the menu. The President of the United States is going to pardon one turkey. Basically, that turkey is free. Nobody's going to eat it. As a new immigrant in America, or if you're somebody who is now going to make a Thanksgiving dinner for yourself, you're going to cook a turkey, please find a video on YouTube which will give you a good explanation about, the various methods to cook turkey. Like whether you want to grill it, you want to bake it, you want to fry it. But one thing that you need to understand is that there are, proven methods that is safer to cook turkey. Every year, somebody attempting to fry the turkey burns down a house. I'm sure this year will not be any different. So, my friends, if you're thinking about cooking turkey this year, you're trying to fry turkey this year, please watch a video on YouTube so that you can do it properly, so that you don't burn down your house. I beg. Right? Now, if that is not what you're going to do, but if somebody invites you, whether maybe somebody from the church, a new friend that you made, maybe at your work or somewhere, somebody invites you for a Thanksgiving dinner, this is the thing. Most of us from Africa, when we are invited to come to a place, our presence is the, is your reward, right? We think that my presence here is what you get. But in America, the etiquette is that when you are invited for Thanksgiving dinner, it is nice to bring something. Okay? If you don't bring anything, nobody will say anything to you about that, but it's just nice. So if you're going for Thanksgiving dinner, it is a good idea to ask the person, what can you bring? Sometimes they might tell you that, oh, you can bring whatever you want, or, stuff like that. Or sometimes they might tell you, oh, don't bring anything. But whether they tell you don't bring anything or bring whatever you want, please have an idea what you can take to Thanksgiving. You can now go to Google, type, what can I take to Thanksgiving dinner? All right? Maybe you might, bring like a wine, a bottle of wine, maybe non-alcoholic wine, sparkling wine, bring some cookies or buy a pie from the grocery store, bring salad, something. Don't just go empty-handed. Even though this is your first time in America, you are a new immigrant, you may not, know a lot of things, but going empty-handed is not a good look, okay? Go with something. And whatever you go with, they will make sure everybody gets to enjoy it. That's the wonderful thing about, American dinners. Whatever you bring, if I go for dinner and then I bring pecan pie, guess what? They will give me some to enjoy too, right? So that's the wonderful thing. So whatever you're taking, they will let you enjoy it too. They will not go and hide it in their fridge like our people now, right? Our people, you bring your love and then they'll keep it in their fridge, and you, the one who brought it, they will not feed you. Right? But Americans don't do it that way. The other thing that I want you to also be mindful of is that when they tell you like whatever you want to bring, and you want to bring like your local dish, let's say you want to cook jollof, you want to bring wache, you want to bring something that is nice cuisine from your country, please choose something that is easy, that is foreigner friendly. Okay, that is foreigner friendly. There are some dishes from some countries that you and I will not eat because it is not familiar to us. But there are some people, the people who are from that country, they will enjoy it. So the fact that you enjoy prekese doesn't mean that when you're going for Thanksgiving dinner, you should bring that there, right? So you have to give them something that is easy for somebody to stomach. There's some food that has acquired taste, right? It takes a while for somebody to feel like, okay, I think I can, right? So just be mindful of that. Don't go and make all the extra, the stinking fish, the slimy okra. Okra is not a bad thing, but in most American cuisine, okra, they don't like the sliminess. They don't like anything slimy. To them, anything slimy is gross. So make sure that if you're taking something to, because banku and okra stew is not, like, but then the slimy, we will like it slimy. Americans don't like it slimy. They will think it's disgusting. So when you're going for Thanksgiving dinner and you're bringing your own meal, give them something that is easy, something that they're already kind of familiar with. If you want to take peanut butter soup, that's one thing that I've realized, that many Americans, the first time that they try peanut butter soup, they like it. They like peanut butter soup, okay? So give them something jollof, something easy, that fried plantain, something that is not complicated, right? The other thing that I would say is that when you make the food, be mindful that Americans don't like spicy food. Majority of Americans don't like hot pepper. Some of them avoid pepper as, something. So make sure that when you're making the food and you like a lot of hot pepper, you can try to, have a portion of the food that will have pepper in it, and then a portion that doesn't have pepper in it, and let them be aware that this is spicy, this is not. When Americans say spicy, they're talking about pepper, hot, right? So that they don't go and feed your spicy jollof to their children, and now all the children are crying in the house because of you, right? So just be mindful of that. The fact that when you put five habaneros in jollof, it's still not to do you anything. Doesn't mean that even one, some of these people cannot maintain. Not just even Oyibo people, Americans, some black people cannot even tolerate even one habanero. So just avoid the whole situation. Don't make it spicy so that you don't create an uncomfortable situation. Now you brought your food and now you are apologizing for everybody crying over your food, right? So just be mindful of that. The other thing, which is really important, when you go for Thanksgiving dinner, there'll be a point in time where people will be trying to get to know you, asking you questions and other things. This is a time that you have to be very careful. Put your best foot forward. Put your best foot forward. Sometimes we want people to understand the struggle that, we have endured to get to this point. But Thanksgiving dinner is not the place to make yourself the charity case, to make yourself to give that sob story. Be careful that whatever impression that you're creating there, people already have their own wild ideas about you, especially if you're coming from Africa. People already have these outrageous and ridiculous ideas about where you are coming from. Some people think that, have you had turkey before? Have you had turkey dinner before? Oh, have you had food like this before? Have you had... So they are not asking these questions as if, it is okay for somebody not to have turkey before. But sometimes people are asking as if you are so poor or you come from a very poor place that you couldn't afford. They are not asking like, have you had turkey before? Like, oh, Have you had turkey before? There are some people who have never had turkey before. It's not a bad thing. It's not an embarrassing thing. But sometimes the way you are being asked the question, it is to portray as if that you could not afford it. You come from poverty that you couldn't afford turkey. So just be careful that sometimes the questions are shady questions. Be very careful in the way you present yourself. Don't give them too much ammunition, because you are not the poorest person at that table. You are not the person with that, the most struggle at that table. If you go around and hear about the details of everybody there, you see that sometimes you just came from Africa. Your life may be even better off than some of the people at the table. But don't let, because you have been fed, because you are impressed by their home, because you have food in your stomach, you just the Esau yourself. Those of you who don't understand the Esau reference, I'm talking about, the in the Bible, the one who sold his birthright, right, for food. So don't say that because of Thanksgiving dinner they've given you food, and because of that you are selling your shame, you are giving them all of this ammunition. Because some of the people there, you may not meet them again. There might be distant cousins, some friends of friends. You might not meet them again. And that is that impression that you have left with them. Years later, after you have made it, you are doing well, this person will make that reference, all right? May make that reference. You have your new, you have your fiancé, you meet this person. Oh, how are you? It looks like you have gained weight. I remember when I first saw you, you look like, you were so skinny the first time. I remember the first time, sometimes some people do that. Some people do that. They will refer you. I know myself now. I know how I came now. I know how skinny I look. You don't want somebody making references about your struggle and how you came and, how far you've come. You want to be the one who tells your story. So when you go for Thanksgiving dinner, be careful. Don't let the food, the way they your stomach, they confuse you for you to sell yourself, okay? Sometimes when you go and they are asking you questions, answer them in the best way possible without dirtying yourself, and then flip the question back to them. Oh, how are you enjoying America? I'm sure, things are way different from the way where you came from. For me, if you ask me such question, I'll be like, I'm adapting, I'm adjusting, trying to, get my waiting for my green card or trying to find a job now. But yeah, America is totally different, but it's not extremely different from where I came from. But yeah, right? And then you point the question back to them. So how long have you lived in this area? Like, how is this area? So what do you do, right? You ask them a question about themselves so that you will put the focus on them, so that you will let them talk about themselves, instead of you being pressured to share things that maybe you are not willing to share, okay? Just remember. And also, if you're somebody who has not been invited for a Thanksgiving dinner, this is where when you come to America, you need to form groups, be part of a church, be part of an organization, be part of a group, whether it is fellow Liberians or Ghanaians, Nigerians, whatever group that you want to be part of, because sometimes it's those social groups that, somebody might host a Thanksgiving dinner and you will all get to go there and have something like, because Thanksgiving could be one of the loneliest time of the year in America. Thanksgiving could be one of the loneliest time of the year in America. Christmas is there, but a lot of people spend time together in Thanksgiving. Christmas time is time with people and their own families, but Thanksgiving is where, people and their friends, they get together and all those things. So you don't want to spend your Thanksgiving in your room watching TV all day and not doing anything special. Find some people, visit them for Thanksgiving, and remember, don't go empty-handed. And when you go, don't go and oversell yourself in a bad way. All right? Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. All right. If you love this video, please share with your friends, share with your family members, share with anybody who could find this video really helpful. I love you guys. Make sure to follow me. My name is Ekuya Ofoy.